want to show you how I make my separations for doing gum bichromate, 3-color gum bichromate, just RGB separations. So I'm going to start with just an image that I have, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into a negative. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to just hit Command I. That's what I like to do, just hit Command I. That inverts the image. I think you can also go to Edit or Image Adjustments and Invert. Right here is another way you can do that. I also want to flip it horizontally so that it's a negative, which is especially important if you have any text, because you want the negative is going to go ink side down when you make the print, so it's going to register the right way after you print. So in order to flip it, I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to go to, Image and Image Rotation and Flip Canvas Horizontal. Okay, that'll flip the whole canvas. You can flip single layers and edit, is what I was getting confused with. So Image Rotation, and Flip Canvas Horizontal. Okay, so I've inverted it, I've flipped it so that now it's a negative. But now I need to make my separations. So we're working with color here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our mode is RGB. That's good. And then we are going to go over here to channels. And if you click on channels, you can see that there's a red, a green, and a blue channel. Now there's an easy way to just separate those channels out into individual images. And if you go right over here to these 3 little lines, and we're going to go to Split Channels. Okay, so what that does is it creates 3 separate files up here that correspond to the different colors. Now, because we're working with inverse, we're actually going to print the complementary color of each of these images. So the way that works out is that red is going to be our cyan, because that's the closest to green. Green is going to be, the green layer is going to be our magenta, and then the blue is going to print as yellow. Okay, so we're going to save these. Just go to File, Save As. And then I like to just remind myself that the blue layer is actually going to be printed yellow. So I just put a little dot. That's going to be yellow. And I'm going to save it in a separate folder here. I'll just call it my gum demo. Put that on my desktop, okay? I'll save it as a copy. Okay. And then I'll just save the green one as magenta. Oh, if I can spell. Okay. Should be going to the same place. Whoops. Desktop. Where's my gum demo? There. Okay. And then the red is going to be our cyan layer. So when you do this, you can print the cyan layer in cyanotype, or you can print it in gum. It's kind of up to you. They both will have different effects, but that's the easy way to make the different separations. Now, for each one, you're probably going to want to go in and do a little bit of adjustment. That's just how you make the separations. You know, we can see if we look at the original image over here that the red areas, or actually what's going to print as cyan, it makes sense because there's going to be a lot of blue in the greens. You can remember, you have to think backwards. You have to think in complementary colors. But generally what I like to do is use my levels, Command L, and I just like to make the whole thing a little bit more dense than normal, because the gum really tends to stick. So I'll just make it a little bit more contrasty and more dense. That one, if I get too much more dense, I'm going to lose detail there, so I don't want to mess with that one too much. Okay, that one looks pretty good to me. But you could go in and do some kind of fine tuning, particularly after you make the print. you might find that you need to do a little bit of fine tuning and maybe make it a little more dense, or even maybe a little bit more, a little thinner in some areas, depending on the final print. Now there are all kinds of curves that you can get, and you can, you can get formulas. People have different formulas. For me, and this is just me, I just kind of do a very basic 3-layer print, and then I kind of work from there. I kind of just see what's going on with my image and what I need to adjust with my prints from there. But that's how I do it. I do it in levels. So once I have that, then I'm ready to print out. I generally print cyan first, and then my yellow layer, and then magenta last. That's how I do it. But again, there's lots of different ways to do it, and lots of different things that you can do with gum, mixing it with different processes, and just there's just a whole wide world of possibilities out there. All right, so that's how I make the transparencies. And all right, good luck, have fun, thanks, bye.